I adored RuneScape. It was everything I wanted in a game. Action, adventure, creative expression, but most importantly, it ran on my parents' dial-up internet. It was a game I could get lost in, and I did for several years. The game was so big I couldn't possibly see or do it all. Things have changed as I've gotten older, but as I move on with my life, I still come back to play from time to time. That sense of wonder and mystery has evolved into a near encyclopedic knowledge of the game, and those old friends I made have faded away or moved on, but here I am, still grinding away at this game, still chasing those levels. And what for? Nostalgia? Boredom? Maybe in the past, but there's something different about this last time I picked the game up. At the end of October 2018, Old School RuneScape launched on mobile devices, and I've been playing again ever since. A free week of membership to the game was being offered to celebrate the mobile launch, and I jumped on the opportunity to play again. I decided to set a clear-cut goal for myself. Make enough in-game money to purchase a bond. Bonds are in-game items that cost a few million coins and give 2 weeks of membership when redeemed. Essentially, I wanted to challenge myself into making my account self-sufficient so I would never have to pay to play the full game again. It was a very attainable goal, especially with my mid-leveled account, and there are plenty of other YouTube videos dedicated to achieving the same goal with much tougher restraints, so I felt confident to say the least. I set out looking for simple but effective ways to get money, and I ended up stumbling upon birdhouse traps. These used to be effective because you can return every hour to loot them, and sometimes you can get expensive drops to sell. In a best-case scenario, albeit impossibly rare, you could theoretically make over 500,000 coins in a run. With a low investment cost, being able to do this every hour, and experience for the hunter skill on top of all this, it's a no-brainer. That entire week of free membership, I logged in almost every waking hour and checked those birdhouses. I ended up coming away with almost double the money I needed to buy a bond. I enjoyed the routine these birdhouses gave me, and I wanted more, so I picked up farming too. This is a little more work because there are several places around the map to visit, depending on how much farming you want to do. As a kid, this was very daunting to me because of how big the game felt. Anyways, I settled on growing herbs and trees because I could check the herbs every hour, and the trees once a day. So I added that to my routine. Every morning, I start with a tree run, and then I do the herb and birdhouse runs intermittently throughout the day. Trees turn a loss in profit, but it gives an obscene amount of farming experience, while herbs make a couple 100,000 coins every time I check them, so it can be very profitable. In this time, farming has risen to be my third highest skill, something I never imagined could happen when I was a kid, because the skill seemed like a waste of time. Then again, I was poor and dumb back then. So now I'm back in the game at full swing. I see what my efforts can do, and I want to keep chasing that. The game is still huge, and there is still so much to do that it can feel overwhelming at times. The ultimate goal of this game is to do everything, to max out all the skills, to do all the quests, but few ever reach that point, and I'm not sure I'll be any different. I've come to realize it's the smaller goals that I set along the way that really matter to me, and even those can develop into bigger tasks. I'm working towards unlocking another patch for farming herbs right now. The requirement is to do the quest, Making Friends with My Arm, but to do that quest, I have to get to level 68 agility. And to do that most effectively, I need to do all the tasks in the Hard Candor and Achievement Diary. Amongst other requirements, one of the tasks requires completion of the quest Murder Mystery, which requires me completing the quest One Small Favor, which requires me completing the quest Shiloh Village, and so on and so forth. And anybody deeply involved in the RuneScape community must think I'm a dumbass because this idea of goal setting is so painfully obvious. But to keep it real with you all, I've been pretty depressed recently. I got laid off earlier this year, and I was spiraling for a while as the order, schedule, and goal-driven routine of having a job to anchor my day around washed away. I could feel myself starting to come apart at the seams, and I don't want to say that RuneScape saved me, because I have a strong support network of family and friends who I can turn to, but RuneScape definitely gave me the foundation of routine and goals that I needed to rebuild on. The game exists in a bubble where the real-world issues don't matter so much. It's a place where I can have friendly competition with friends and where I can easily see the improvements and progress I've made. The thing I've truly realized about RuneScape as I've gotten older is that everything about it is solvable and predetermined. Everything has a concrete reason. In the real world, everything is so much more abstract. There's innumerable ways to live your life, and under the fog of depression, it is beyond overwhelming. The majority of us are going to live mediocre lives, and that's a hard pill to swallow when we're constantly shown the best and most successful of society in the media. RuneScape, by contrast, is just a puzzle that needs to be solved. And with enough time and effort, you can achieve any goal. I know RuneScape isn't the best game. It's about the worst grind you can find in a video game, and the game is very evidently decades old. But it's consistent when the world changes every minute. And because of that, RuneScape is my safe haven. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you giving me your time. Depression can be very serious, and talking about what's on your mind can help, even when it's difficult. If you suffer from depression, it's important to find an outlet, whether it's people you can turn to or making a video like this. I've included a phone number and a link to a live messaging service in the description below that can connect you with a trained counselor who will listen to you and can offer further help. If you need it, please reach out. Also, big credits to my girlfriend Amelia for the title of this video and for all your support, to Josh for being my rival, and Zach for motivating me to stay on the grind. Congrats on 99 Slayer. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.